Day one of the monsoon session, and it began on expected lines and expected notes. Though both the treasury benches and the opposition have agreed for a discussion on Operation Sindoor. A 16-hour debate on Operation Sindoor has been scheduled for next week in Parliament. This was announced by the Business Advisory Committee after strong demands from the opposition. The opposition has insisted that the debate should be held this week and Prime Minister Modi must reply. But the matter had to be deferred to next week in view of the scheduled foreign visit of Prime Minister. Remember Operation Sindoor, the Indian retaliation to the April 22nd terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir's Pahalgam, was among the 8 issues that opposition had sought discussion on during the monsoon session of Parliament. The topics were of course decided during a marathon virtual meeting of 24 opposition parties last week. Here are the highlights, and then I bring in the members of Parliament.
ये तरीका उचित नहीं है। हर चीज का जवाब देगी सरकार।
हम जानना चाहते हैं
कि हम चर्चा करेंगे, हर तरीके से करेंगे।
संसद स्टॉर्म,
चर्चा के हम वेलकम करते हैं।
मैं समझौता किया।
A war of words.
पहलगाम और ऑपरेशन सिंदूर पर
Charge and counter-charge.
देश और दुनिया के सामने रखा जाएगा।
Walkouts.
लेकिन संसद सत्र का पहले
Repeated adjournments.
सदन की कार्रवाई आज
First day, first showdown.
माननीय सदस्यगण प्लीज बैठिए सदन के अंदर।
The monsoon session of Parliament off to a rocky start. Both the opposition and government crossing swords. In the opposition's ammunition, the Operation Sindoor debate, Pahalgam intelligence failure, Trump's claims on India-Pakistan and the Bihar voters list. The tone was set before the House opened, with opposition notices on the vexed issues. Prime Minister Modi, in his customary remarks before the session, hailed the armed forces on Operation Sindoor.
ऑपरेशन सिंदूर में भारत की सेना ने जो लक्ष्य निर्धारित किया था 100% अचीव किया। आतंकियों के आकाओं के घर में जाकर के 22 मिनट के भीतर ऑपरेशन सिंदूर के तहत उसको जमींदोज कर दिया गया।
लेकिन मैं चाहता हूं
As the House assembled, the opposition benches were up in arms, demanding a discussion on Operation Sindoor with the condition that the PM replies to the debate.
ये उन्होंने ही कहा है, लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर ने कहा है इसमें इंटेलिजेंस फेल्यूर है, ये एक्सेप्ट उन्होंने ही किया।
The government slammed the opposition for disrupting the House, saying that it has agreed to the debate.
रक्षा से संबंधित जिस विषय पर वो चर्चा चाहते हैं, जितनी भी बड़ी चर्चा चाहते हैं, जितने घंटे की भी चर्चा चाहते हैं, जैसा भी आपके द्वारा अथवा स्पीकर महोदय के द्वारा तय किया जाएगा, उसके तहत हम चर्चा करने के लिए पूरी तरह से तैयार।
The debate now slated for next week, 16 hours allocated to it. Amidst the ruckus in the House, the LOP Rahul Gandhi alleged that he was not being allowed to speak.
कि अगर सरकार के लोग कुछ बोलें तो हमें भी स्पेस मिलनी चाहिए। हम 2 शब्द कहना चाहते थे मगर विपक्ष को ये अलाउड नहीं।
ये राहुल गांधी जी और प्रियंका गांधी जी की निजी ड्राइंग रूम नहीं है।
The opposition also later staged a walkout on the issue of the Bihar voters list. A high-level meeting was held at the Prime Minister's office after Parliament was adjourned for the day, which was attended by Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh, Nirmala Sitharaman and other ministers.
Well, despite the Lok Sabha Business Advisory Committee allotting 16 hours of time duration for the debate on Operation Sindoor next week, Congress seems unhappy. Congress leader Gaurav Gogoi stated that the government is not only prioritizing the debate on Operation Sindoor, but not even mentioning about when the debate will begin, and the time and the date has not been mentioned by the government in the BAC. However, in the Rajya Sabha, there was no consensus that was made on the debate on Operation Sindoor, despite twice the meeting took place today. This is Aishwarya Jain for NDTV in Delhi.
And we have an all MPs panel joining us on day one of the monsoon session. Jabi Mathur is Rajya Sabha MP of the Congress Party. K.N. Nehru is Member of Parliament of the DMK. Sujit Kumar is Rajya Sabha MP of the BJP. And Madila Gurumurthy is Lok Sabha MP of YSRCP. Sujit Kumar, the leader of opposition, is making a charge, something that we have heard repeatedly come in from the Congress Party, that they are not being allowed to speak. Then how will this scheduled discussion on Operation Sindoor happen next week?
Well, Marya ji, the government believes that for a healthy democracy, for healthy democratic practice, we should have debate, deliberation, discussion, and dialogue. The 4 Ds, the 4 pillars of a healthy democracy. But the opposition party believes in disruption. As far as Mr. Rahul Gandhi's allegation, which I saw today, it has become a habit of him to make baseless and unsubstantiated allegation. I don't know when and how he was not allowed to speak, when the government has categorically said, none other than the defense minister himself said, that there will be adequate time for debate on any issue which the opposition parties would like to have debate on, provided it's done in a civilized manner. This is, and as Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan, senior leader of our party, subsequently commented, the parliament is not the drawing room of Mr. Rahul Gandhi or Ms. Priyanka Gandhi, that they would like to...
Politics that the leader of opposition is doing. And what is this civilized manner? Are you then calling them uncivilized?
No, I'm not calling them uncivilized. I'm saying that disruption has become a habit of many opposition parties, particularly the Congress Party, because they do not want to have a debate, because they will be thoroughly exposed if there is a debate. So I think this is a tactic, this is a strategy being adopted, particularly by the Congress Party, to hide its faults and to hide its mistakes, and the nation is watching them. We are all for healthy debate. 16 hours in Lok Sabha, 9 hours in Rajya Sabha. They wanted a debate on Operation Sindoor on Pahalgam. We are ready for it. And this was discussed in BSc as well. Now I don't know what else they want. Any issue they would like to have a debate on, whether it's Bihar.
Fine enough. Jabi Mathur, discussion can happen only when the house is in order. Why would you not want a house in order so that your voice is heard?
Marya, Pahalgam and Operation Sindoor did not happen today. It happened in April, okay, 3 months back. Did the government not know that this is the most important issue or topic to be discussed and debated in the parliament? Was Bill of Lading the most important bill to be brought? See, if they had the priority for Pahalgam and Operation Sindoor, that should have been the debate today. They should have put before the parliament, put before the nation, that this is what happened in Pahalgam. This is what is Operation Sindoor. This is what Donald Trump issue, the ceasefire. See, there are a lot of questions being unanswered, and then it is the prerogative, it is the duty of the opposition to bring it to the center, to the parliament's notice, that what is important to the nation and to the people to know. That should be discussed and decided.
Where is the
See, if
treasury
Pahalgam
bench?
had happened today, I can understand.
But where is the
Pahalgam
government?
happened 3 months back, and they are talking about Rahul Gandhi ji. See, Marya, let me complete. Sure. Rahul Gandhi ji, what happened today in Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, it is very clear. Rahul Gandhi ji was not allowed to speak. It is not a habit. It is the habit of the government not to allow opposition to speak. In Rajya Sabha, Mallikarjun Kharge ji's mic was turned off, whereas JP Nadda ji sat there. He, while speaking, even went to the extent of saying, that only what I speak will come on record, nothing else. Is that for the leader of the house to decide, to say? So there is total it is totally one-sided. The parliament procedures, there is no parliamentary morality that is being maintained by the government is very clear. And I am very sorry. See, this Sujit Kumar saying that Congress is hiding its fault. Are we in governance that we are hiding the fault? We are being the voice of people to demand what exactly happened. Nobody knows. 3 months have passed. What is the answers? Okay. See, even in today's Prime Minister's speech, he did not say what happened to the terrorists, what happened to those aircraft.
So there are valid questions that are being raised by the Congress party and opposition,
that went missing.
Which
what
must be answered.
To Donald Trump's ceasefire? Yes, 14 times Donald Trump says.
Yes, ma'am. You have raised some questions which have to be answered by the Treasury benches, and that should be done in Parliament on the floor of the House, is something that they have been saying for the last few months. But let's also bring in K. Nehru, Member of Parliament of the DMK. What are your concerns? Is Operation Sindoor an explanation from the government, the top priority also of your party? Or will it be, as we have seen in the last session, of course the Operation Sindoor and Pahalgam incident had not happened, the issue of delimitation, the issue of what was seen as alleged Hindi imposition by M.K. Stalin, all those, are they also a priority, or is it Operation Sindoor, the discussion on it, which is top on your mind as well? Mr. Nehru.
Thanks, Marya. Thanks for the opportunity. First of all, first for Operation Sindoor, CM Stalin sir had actually taken out a rally right in the middle of the, the operation to show support. So yes, Sindoor is very much part of our discussion. Sindoor is very much, needed to be discussed. And you must understand that the discussion was actually brought in after the adjournments were actually passed through. So when the session began today, there was no allocation of time towards discussion of Operation Sindoor, or for that matter, the national security implications that has happened because of the issue, and thereby creating a unstable, or in fact, foreign policy challenge. So we are very much, part of the national discourse, and we want clear answers from the government. Number two, the government after Operation Sindoor termed it as a success. I mean, we wish them all success. We want our forces to be protected. We are all for, national integration in the best manner possible. Now, why was the government hesitant to not allocate time before the session began? There was a marathon meeting, like you said last week, with the BAC, the Business Advisory Committee. Why was the government reluctant to not allocate time is a question that needs to be answered. Now, we want discussion. That's the whole point here. The government should actually be welcoming a discussion, because we were all one with Operation Sindoor. There's no opposition, there's no ruling with Operation Sindoor. We are all one. We are here to support the armed forces. But here, why is the dialogue not being carried out is the question that needs a proper answer.
So you are of the opinion that Operation Sindoor discussion is a priority. What about Mr. Gurumurthy, YSRCP, which has been unattached as far as the support to the NDA or to the opposition is concerned? What's your priority, Mr. Gurumurthy?
Thank you, Marya. We wanted to debate on collapse of law and order in my state, Andhra Pradesh. TDP-led government only focusing on political harassment. And they are raising violences against Dalits and YSRCP leaders. And also, I wanted to condemn the illegal arrest of my fellow colleague, Mr. P.V. Medan Reddy, which is purely based on a political vendetta and baseless accusations, Marya. And also will bring the security downgrades for our leader, Mr. Y.S. Jagannath Reddy Garu, ex-Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. My second point is we want to debate on Andhra Pradesh farmers' distress as crop prices crashed. Tenant farmers are neglected and procurement failures, leaving farmers all alone by themselves, Marya. My third agenda, we want to debate on fiscal crisis of Andhra Pradesh as debate surged to 11.2 lakh crores. There are transparency lackings are there in finances and prompting urgent demand of central audits, Maryaji. And also we'll discussing on Polavaram delays also. So these are our major concerns. And also there is a Amaravati corruption that project costs are skyrocketing by 75%. There is rigged contracts are there, and land pooling exploitation are there. So there are so many issues are there.
Okay.
So YSR Congress Party mainly focusing on these issues.
Okay.
Marya.
Okay. So you have set your agenda clearly, but as far as the DMK, BJP and the Congress on this discussion are concerned, they are, on the same page that there has to be a discussion on Operation Sindoor. But then the big question is, of course, J.B. Mathur, you have asked for answers to certain questions, and that those are questions which you have been raising for the last few months. But what about the fact that issues of national security should not see political divisions? Ms. Mathur?
Marya, the first and foremost thing is, Congress Party and India Bloc gave unconditional support during the Pahalgam attack issue and Operation Sindoor. Nobody questioned, nobody raised anything. Complete support was given, extended by Congress Party and India Bloc. And only after this the issue started coming, we asked for a special section to discuss this. So there is no dispute on the fact that on national security, when there is a terror attack, we should stand united. Definitely, we have proved it, we have established it, and that's a fact. That the government cannot question it. Opposition has been, in written words, in verbal, we have extended complete support. Now, when it comes to things being in the dark, and when the things are not being prioritized, which should be given the priority, which is the natural habit of this government, we have witnessed in earlier sessions also. What matters to the country, what matters to the people, they will not discuss. What they want to set the agenda, only they will do. So there is no question of standing united. We are definitely in unison with the government. We have extended that. But it is our duty to point out, to ask questions, point our fingers, and that's what we are doing.
Okay.
The questions remains unanswered. There is no briefing on what happened. See, basically the most crucial question is what happened to these terrorists? What happened to the terrorists? And then most important, we are on a national shame when US President claims that he is the one who mediated and it is under his and trade sanctions. See how, and government has been silent on that. We have to have clarity. The nation needs to know, the people needs to know, the parliament should be apprised. Okay. So that we are not disputing, we are not questioning at the most important crucial time. There was no disunity. There's no question of such that. We have always maintained national,
sir, just respond to that, please.
India is
and then
most
I'll give
important.
the last word to K.N. Nehru.
Absolutely. I would like to respond to my friend J.B. Mathur. First of all, everyone knows that the PM is going to be out of the country from 23rd onwards, and is only back on Sunday.
Yes.
So, on the one hand, Congress Party is demanding that, PM himself should reply. On the other hand, they want to have the discussion this week, because when the PM is not in the country. So that's first. Secondly, JB mentioned that Khargeji was not allowed to speak. You can check the record yourself, Marya. Honorable Khargeji spoke for at least 5 minutes, and he was repeating himself. That's when the chair asked the leader of the house to speak and respond to Khargeji. And also, anyway, there would have been a detailed discussion on the Operation Sindoor. Now, coming to the presenting a united front. Yes. We do acknowledge that the opposition parties, they were with the government in the initial days. But Congress has a track record of supporting Pakistan. Congress has a track record of doubting the bravery of our armed forces. We have seen this time and again. So, the government, when was the government reluctant to have a discussion? When was the government reluctant to have a discussion?
Who went and had
government called an all-party meeting.
Everybody knows.
Government called an all-party meeting twice. And there was a daily briefing by our armed forces. And government has time and again said that there was no mediation from US, from Mr. Trump. Because he is desperate to get Nobel Peace Prize, he's making these absurd statements. But there will be a detailed discussion on this. Government has never shied away from presenting its point of view and taking everyone in the country into confidence. But Congress would never acknowledge the bravery of our armed forces. Congress will never stand with the nation in times of need. Yes, and let me assure you that when the detailed discussion happens both in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, every single element, every single aspect of Operation Sindoor and Pahalgam will be discussed. Now, my last point: why have the terrorists not been caught yet? You know, there are certain things. 9/11 happened in 2001. Osama bin Laden was found and assassinated by the US in 2011 after 10 long years. So, you know, it is not that just because 3 months have elapsed, the terrorists were presenting themselves to be caught. There are certain things which takes time and they will be caught. Justice will be given to the victims. Let me assure you this.
Okay. Arun Nehru, you get the last word.
Madam, let's be clear about this. The opposition wants discussion. And whatever Honorable Sujit Kumar sir had mentioned here, we are in unison. I am with Suji madam, I'm with Mathur madam when she says that we are all in one. So why do we have to even discuss the merits and demerits of the armed forces? We are not here to discuss merits and demerits. We are here to discuss very, very important things that is going to affect our national security, that is going to affect our foreign policy, that's also going to affect our readiness of defense. So these are important items of national security and related issues where there is unison in voice. So we would want a proper discussion to do two things, two very important things that the government actually want to do. One, to apprise the people that the government and the country is ready to defend any attack on, preserve the territorial integrity. It's just that simple. I don't think we are, ruling our opposition here. A good discussion needs consensus, and the opposition was always ready with consensus. And I think there are important issues in Tamil Nadu also, which will follow through, which is again delimitation, language issue, about economic inequality meted out to Tamil Nadu, and, education issues. These are other issues there. Yes, we will discuss them. We want discussion. But please understand that there is no opposition or a ruling party with respect to Operation Sindoor. We are one. We want one voice to be projected to the people of this country, saying that, the country is on top of it. If there's any issue tomorrow, we still are ready. We just want that one unison of a voice to come out of this winter session of Parliament.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Jabi Mathur, Sujit Kumar, Mr. K.N. Nehru, and Madila Guru Murthy, and sharing their thoughts on day one and what perhaps has set the tone for this entire monsoon session.